Hello everyone, I'm Mary. So if you've been to my channel before, you probably know that I work as an independent online teacher, which basically means that I just teach online direct students. So not long ago, I've made a video talking about the marketing strategies I use to keep myself fully booked. And I got many messages from teachers asking me, well, after this first contact, how can I convert this person into a customer? And most importantly, how can I retain my students? Instead of answering this question from my teacher's point of view, I thought to myself, who better than the students to answer this question? So in this video, we are going to see real students, people that are currently taking online lessons, and they are going to be answering to two fundamental questions. What makes an online lesson outstanding? So what does it take for an online lesson to be unforgettable, to be amazing? And the second one is, what are the qualities of a good online teacher? So let's hear what these people have to say and analyze a bit on how we can incorporate these tips into our online lessons.
Hi, my name is Lucia. I am a primary teacher and now I am living in Ireland as an au pair. For me, a good online teacher needs to be someone who knows how to make fun classes. I think as well everybody learns much better if the teacher is interested in your personal life because a link is created. On another hand, what makes me really enjoy in a lesson is talking about different and interesting topics. Another thing that I think is important is to feel that the teacher is listening to me and see that she is correcting me my mistakes. But if she makes me laugh, she has won me over.
Well, now pay attention to the next two students because we are going to hear some similarities there.
Hi, I'm Goretti. I study a post-graduation course about events in Madrid, but I'm from Malaga, at south of Spain. For me, a good online teacher needs to be a close person and friendly, and not only worry about giving grammar. What makes me really engage in a lesson is the speaking. For example, when I begin my classes, my teacher always asks me about my life and we talk about it together. And after that, she shows me different topics which I need to do my exam. We speak a lot about it. I learn more than the important things. I see my lessons like a video conference with my friends, so I always want to take them. I think that is good because I pay more attention to it and make it more enthusiastic.
Hello, I'm Tanya. I'm a teacher in a creche and I live in Dublin, but I'm from Spain. For me, a good online teacher needs to be someone who knows how to motivate his students. I mean, because maybe you are at home and you have a lot of distractions. What makes me really enjoy my lesson is that it teaches me interesting topics, that it makes you to think. But for me, the most important thing about my teacher is that she let me speak for 1 hour when I have to explain my problems or my life. And so you have to connect with your students.
So just a comment here. When students say they want to talk about their personal lives with the teachers, I wouldn't go like gossiping for a whole lesson or just talking about the dogs or their cats or their neighbor, right? So I think it's more a matter of allowing them to bring some personal stuff to the class so you can really show that then you care about them as a human being, and also that you can take their environment into consideration. Because of course, some days people, they can be amazing, because they had a fantastic day, they are talking a lot, they are making no mistakes. And some days it can be the opposite, so they had an argument with their partners, they are not feeling well, so maybe they are going to be more distracted, they are going to be making more mistakes. So it is important to understand the personality of your student, and it is important to understand what is going on around them. So you can try to cater, you can try to adapt topics, lessons for their person.
Hi, I'm Hyone. I'm from Spain, but at the moment I'm living in Ireland for a few years. I'm a primary teacher, and for me, a good online teacher has to be like friendly and cheerful and easy to talk to, because we don't really know that person. Yes, the only way we are communicating is through screens. So I like somebody to talk to and to feel comfortable.
Hello, I'm Raynaud. I'm a marketing manager currently living in Spain. For me, a good online lesson, especially one-to-one, needs to be focused on communication. So it's very important to discuss different topics and learn some specific vocabulary from my area of work, apart from pronunciation, intonation, etc. A good online teacher has charisma and tries to understand a bit of the student's personality, to adapt type of the lesson to each student.
The lessons have to be personalized. Like for me, my case, I want to improve my speaking or writing, and the teacher has to take that into consideration. Like maybe in the lessons, I wouldn't like the teacher to start talking about the adjectives or I don't know, or use of English. Like I'm not interested in that. Like I would like to focus in something that I really want to focus in.
Okay, so let's stop here for a second. Topics. The right choice of topics is crucial for the success of an online lesson. So what topics can I choose? Well, it depends. If you are teaching a general English lesson, there is a variety of things you can talk about. So actually, I do have a video somewhere here talking about engaging topics, things that everyone likes to talk about. If you are teaching a business student, of course, they are not going to be very interested in talking about colors and animals. Or if you are talking to a child, they are not going to be very keen on the history of Henry VIII. So it depends, right? Be creative. We've got Google, we've got loads of resources nowadays. So you can just Google interesting topics to talk about, stuff like that, and loads of things are going to come up. So don't be boring, please, because people don't really like boring teachers.
Hi, I'm Nuria. I'm a French teacher and I live in Malaga. For me, a good online teacher needs to be really dynamic, because it's different than a face-to-face class. And what makes me really engage in a lesson is to interact. For example, by having the control of the laptop during one activity.
Hi, I'm Caroline. I am administrator. For me, a good teacher needs to be friendly, serious, constant, persistent, and honest. On the other hand, a good teacher should show how to learn from mistakes. This part is highly serious or highly important, because the teacher makes sure that the students don't feel frustrated and ending giving up.
Another thing that I would like to say is like it has to be like proactive feedback. Like the teacher has to give me like proactive feedback. That means that, for example, if we are doing a test and it didn't go well, so the teacher has to be realistic. Like the teacher has to say that, oh, it didn't go well, but you can do better. I'm gonna be here with you, helping whenever you need. You will be fine. You can do better. And I think that it's important to give these positive messages.
So another thing is feedback. How can I give my student feedback? Well, be sincere, but you don't have to say things like, "You're going to give me a heart attack if you say that again," or "Oh, my ears are hurting because of your words." Well, I do say these things sometimes, but not for new students, right? And just when they make the same mistake 2,570 times. Okay, so avoid this kind of feedback. But of course, you have to be sincere. You have to give them positive feedback. So as Hyone said, you can try to show them this is not the right way, but I know that you are able to learn the right way, and you are going to be able to do this much better in the future.
Hi everyone, my name is Lucy and I'm working in Dublin Airport as a cabin crew. The good things about online lessons is like in compared with the lessons that you can receive in an English school, maybe you can feel more lost or maybe you cannot follow the rhythm of the teacher. But in online lesson, the teacher adapts to your rhythm and she knows your necessities and your strengths and your weakness part. Also, she can make in a fun way and look for your interest. That is very interesting and attractive for the student.
Hi everyone, I am Raquel. I am from Spain, but I am currently living in Dublin. I work at supermarket as sales assistant. So for me, a good online teacher needs to pay attention to me, correct my mistake, send me extra work, and look after me as a student. And a good online lesson needs to be motivating so I can build more confidence in myself. And I know English is not easy, so sometimes I need a bit encouragement. Thank you.
Well, amazing, guys. I'm a very proud teacher. So as you could realize in this video, at the moment I just teach Spanish speakers. So for me personally, it helps a lot, to have a niche, because I can just direct my marketing strategies to that public, and recommendations are easier, because they know each other. And in my case, I speak Spanish as well, so I can kind of understand their struggles, what they mean, and they've got kind of the same mistakes when we talk about pronunciation, intonation, and grammar. So in my case, it's not the same for all teachers, but in my case, it helps a lot, to have a specific kind of student. So let's just have a quick recap on the strategies or the things you have to do to just be a fantastic teacher. Let's see them. And that's the end. If you're a student and you want to give me your feedback, comment below and like my videos, okay? And subscribe.